Hey everyone, Jamie here. All right, today I want to talk about the importance of what we make things mean. So, for example, I heard someone say, "It's never the mistake you make. It's what you make it mean that's going to determine whether you're successful or fail moving forward." And first of all, I was like, "Ooh, I love how you said that." And second of all, I was like, exactly. That is exactly the truth. Because we can be so hard on ourselves. I'm a recovering perfectionist. I grew up striving to be perfect, constantly failing, and never feeling good enough as a result. And it's not a fun place to be. And I know I'm not alone. I know probably the vast majority of people grew up feeling that exact same way. I like to call myself a recovering perfectionist at this point, a recovering people pleaser, because um, I fully acknowledge that that is how I lived my life. That's who I was being for the vast majority of my life. And it is something I have to be intentional about to not fall back into those very ingrained habits of being. When you are trying to be, like, when you're a perfectionist, right? Everything is just so harsh and extreme, and it's very black and white, right? It's very like either you did it or you didn't. Either you succeeded or you failed. It's just very binary, and but that's not life. That's not human. That's not humanity. That's not being human. We are all about the gray area. Like, it's never that simple. And so anyways, so the person who said it was Jamie Morocco, and um she is all about manifesting your dream body, and she's like a permanent weight loss coach. So her thing, I highly recommend her. She's incredible. Um if you're ever interested in weight loss. Um, I've lost over 20 pounds following the principles that she preaches. And what she does is totally, completely in alignment with my coaching and my approach. She just focuses strictly on, permanent weight loss. That's her niche. But anyways, that was the context with which I heard that phrase. And the example that she gave was, let's imagine, just again, for the sake of a simple argument here, simple example. Imagine you have two women, they weigh the same amount, they have the same goal, they both weigh 150, they both want to weigh 130. So they both want to lose 20 pounds. Let's say they're even the same height as well. So they're both, 5'3". And so the point is, you can compare these two women, and both of them splurge over the weekend, right? So like, imagine that both of them, Sunday night, they go out to dinner and they eat the bread, and maybe they have a slice more. Like they're like, I'm just gonna have one slice of bread, and then they have like two, and they, really butter it up good. They have their food, and their food is like so freaking good that even though they're full and they like know they're full, they like, eat a couple more bites. And but they don't eat their whole plate, because let's face it, at restaurants they give you like 2 to 5 portions worth of food, depending on what you order, right? And then you know what really makes the night end just right is a good dessert. And so, these women indulge and let's say they share a dessert, right? They don't even eat the whole dessert, but it's a indulgent dessert that's made at a restaurant, which means that it's going to have pretty, more calories than you imagine that it does. And then Monday morning comes around, and one of these women is just like, oh my God. All right. You know what? I'm proud of myself. Yes, I ate more than I planned to. Yes, I was over my calories. I didn't expect to eat 2 pieces of bread. I told myself I wasn't going to get dessert, but then I did. But you know what? Like, I've come so far. I used to freaking finish that loaf of bread. And I was 100% the person that would flag down the waiter and ask for more. And all I ate last night was 2 slices of bread. That's huge. That's so much better. I did so much better than I used to. 6 months ago, I absolutely would have had that entire loaf of bread. I'm so proud of myself. And you know what? I'm proud of myself that I left food on my plate because that food was fucking amazing. And I sure as hell know that 6 months ago, even though I was full, I would have eaten that whole plate because it was just too good to not eat it all. And frankly, I used to get my own desserts, but I didn't. I shared the dessert. So yeah, my calories were over. But you know what? I'm proud of the progress I've made. And you know what? I'm not mad at myself. And I'm proud of myself. And you know what? It's okay every once in a while to just set aside the calorie tracking and just really enjoy a high quality meal. And I'm just like it I actually am more inspired today to double down on my goals, on my tracking, on my steps. I'm like literally like my cup is full. I am ready to go this week and I'm not mad at all. I'm actually grateful as fuck for that amazing meal that I had last night. Okay, that's person number 1. Can you tell where I've been? Person number 2 wakes up feeling like shit. Person number 2, the second woman, is disgusted with herself. Person number 2, woman number 2, is like, this is why I'm never going to lose the weight. This is why I'm a piece of shit fucking failure who can't do anything right and who is never going to get anything she ever wants in life. Because I promised myself I would have 1 piece of bread and I had 2. So totally not in integrity there. I promised myself that I would stop when I was full, and I know I fucking didn't. I promised myself I was not going to have dessert, and I did. I can't trust myself. I suck. I can't do anything right. I hate myself. I just hate myself. Why can't I just fucking do what I said I was gonna do? This is so stupid. I'm not weighing myself today. And fuck it. I'm not even tracking. Like, I'm not tracking. I'm not weighing myself. I don't even care. I don't even care. I'm not drinking my protein shake. Like, I don't want it. Fuck this shit. This is stupid. I don't even care. I'm gonna go to McDonald's and I'm just gonna get whatever the fuck I want. I'm gonna get a meal. I can't even decide what I want. So I'm gonna get 2 different sandwiches and I'm gonna eat a little bit of both because I'm over it and I'm gonna make it a meal. I'm gonna get the hash browns. Because I feel like shit, right? Like, by the way, I've been both of these people. So I know. Can you tell that I've been both of these people? Which of these 2 people do you think is going to go on to lose weight? And which of these people will self-sabotage over and over and over and over again and never lose the weight? And now take this out of the context of weight loss and apply this to anything that you deeply desire. Because what we make it mean when we make a mistake has the potential to allow that mistake to be a blip, just a little blip in our day that's just like, whoop, like blink and you miss it. And it doesn't impact our journey in any way. In fact, it enhances it. It's an opportunity to strengthen our commitment and strengthen our experience. Or if you are like the second woman in the example, it utterly, utterly, utterly destroys everything that you've been working on. And you are in this never-ending cycle of self-sabotage where you never make the progress, or you make a little, like you take 2 steps forward, but then 4 steps back. And so you're just constantly starting over again and not getting anywhere. And it boils down to, what do I make it mean when I make a mistake? It's so powerful. Your mindset, the thoughts that you think, your mindset and your energetics, right? The thoughts that you think, the feelings that you feel, which impact your overall vibration, are greatly impacted by the story you tell about the actions that you've taken. Are you telling a supportive story? Are you telling a story that's in alignment with you having your desired outcome? Or are you constantly reacting and self-sabotaging and making it mean that you're never going to be successful, you're never going to achieve what you want, or you're never going to manifest what you want? It makes all the difference in the world. I hope this example helped illustrate the crazy impact that what you make it mean has. My invitation to you is to remember that you're human. And I'm specifically calling out my fellow recovering perfectionists. And oh, God love you. God love you if you actually still self-identify as a perfectionist, because it ain't good. It's okay to love and accept yourself. I just don't know, and I don't have all the answers, by the way. This is me just thinking in real time. I just don't know that being a perfectionist is ever not a trauma response. That's what I don't know. So if you're like, Jamie, nah, I love myself, I love my life, I don't got any of that trauma, and I'm a perfectionist, okay. That wasn't my life. That wasn't me. My perfectionism was 100% a trauma response. It was 100% me feeling like my parents' love was conditional, that I had to behave a certain way, that nothing I ever did was good enough. And so I was striving for perfection to finally feel worthy, and to finally feel worthy of love, and to finally feel good enough. And that, I think, let's just agree to disagree on this, but I would say at least 95 to 99.99% of people who strive for perfection have some wounding, have some trauma, have some unhealed experiences where they feel less than if they make mistakes. They feel less than if they show up imperfectly. It's uncomfortable. When I was back in corporate, when I would make a mistake and my boss would catch it, he was like the senior VP of the company, so it was like a big deal. I mean, it would make me want to cry. Like, I fucking hated myself. I hated myself if one of my spreadsheets or PowerPoints or whatever would have a mistake and then he would catch it before I did. Oh, like I wanted to die. It was horrifying to me. What's hilarious was he was never mean about it. He was always had so much grace. It was me. I was the one that had no grace for myself. I was the one that was rigid and critical and fucking hated myself for any mistake I made. And that's not a very nice place to be. And I'm really, really glad I can say I've done a lot of healing work and a lot around that to not be that way anymore. But it's more so that it shows up and I politely decline, right? It's kind of like it shows up to the party and I say, yeah, no, you don't have an invite. Like, not getting in. So I'm just kind of rattling on here, and I want to wrap this up. I just want to emphasize, you're human. You will make mistakes, and it doesn't mean you're a piece of shit. It doesn't mean you're worthless. It doesn't mean anything bad about you. It means you're human. And everybody makes mistakes. And I understand that there are some environments where mistakes are definitely more costly than others, and you have to really be on top of things and under certain circumstances. I'm thinking of like pharmacists, you know, they've got to get the medication right, or it can be like a deadly mistake. And you know what? Pharmacists still make mistakes. So you will make mistakes. This is the most important thing here. You will make mistakes. So just let go of the very incorrect assumption, or like any part of you that's like expecting yourself to not make mistakes. That is self-sabotage. That's not realistic. That's not life. You will make mistakes. What matters more than the mistake is what you do next. what you make it mean, and how you move forward after making the mistake actually is way more important than that mistake that you made. Keep that in mind. Keep that in the back of your mind. Remember that. Bookmark this post if you relate to it. And again, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to live and love your life on purpose. Have a great day, everyone.